Hey, there's no film. I'm live. Welcome to Redbird Fever's debut live stream. And couldn't be more thrilled. If you know me by my given name, you'll have seen me before. You'll be familiar with the setup since I moved apartments. I went live early because of issues last time I had to troubleshoot just as the game was starting, which was not a good idea. So, just in case, I felt I had to make sure everything worked well before the game started. Speaking of which, I need to get my headphones. This way I can listen to the game while providing commentary. If I could just untangle the damn thing. Ugh. So, as you can tell, I'm a Cardinals fan. Finally decided to make a channel in the Cardinals' name, Redbird Fever. And we're 2-0, so I can start with good news. Twice in a row before every Monday night or Sunday night football game. As I try to do some last second adjustments to my headset. The team did not make it easy. They were up 27-9 to enter the fourth, gave up 13 unanswered. Carolina managed to recover the onside kick. Since it wasn't offered locally, I wasn't able to watch it. Still haven't seen the highlights. I was just watching the play-by-play go on ESPN's website. So, my knives. But I'm glad they pulled it out. And they're 2-0 for the first time in God knows how long. And they needed to hang on because earlier in the morning, I managed to see both the Seahawks and Rams play on TV. They were both in close games for a while, with the opposition taking the lead. In the Seahawks case, they were at Pittsburgh. And in the Rams case, they were at Tennessee. Both eventually got the leads back and extended them. And games were not close ultimately in the end. Both won by 14. The Niners also won in New Orleans. That one was a relatively close one. So ultimately, it was a matter of the Cardinals keeping pace with their fellow NFC West brethren. Hey, Nash. Welcome to my new channel. Just going over what things went on in the NFC West. Of course, your team, the Bills, easily won against the Jets. And then there was the matter of the Giants-Cowboys game, which I got to see extra footage of after the Seahawks-Steelers game, and that was nuts. 2 touchdowns and a field goal in the last minute alone to send it to overtime. And then nobody could score in overtime until the last literal second of the game when Brandon Aubrey put in a chip shot field goal for the Cowboys, although his idea of a chip shot is 46 yards. He tied his personal best just to get the game into overtime, which was 64. Yeah, kind of hoping for the Giants to win. You can't really like anything Jerry Jones is involved with. But they held on despite Russell Wilson setting a career best in passing yardage. That moonshot he threw to Neighbors was something else. And Neighbors almost got his head torn off. The defender had his hand on his helmet. Neighbors' helmet, that is. And so wonder he made the catch. A couple of other pretty cool catches today that I did get to see in the highlights. Guy with the last name of Tesla, of all things, for the Lions had a great one. And speaking of the Lions, they just demolished the Bears. If you're a big football follower, you pretty much know what the scores were like. Slightly more double-digit wins than the previous week, but still a lot of close games. Apparently, the Colts won on a last-second field goal as well. Another late game, which was the reason I couldn't see the Cards pretty much on local TV. The Super Bowl rematch, which the Eagles ended up winning. So the Chiefs are 0-2. Not many people would have expected that, but being a top dog in the NFL, they have to play a first-place schedule, so they'll be playing a bunch of other number one teams from other divisions from here on out, in addition to the Eagles. Though they'll be playing the Giants on the next Sunday night football game, apparently. And hello to whoever else is joining us. Take off your jacket and stay a while. Feel free to chat me up. Carrie Underwood's doing the waiting all day for Sunday night thing. Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth are officially sounding off. The game's in Minneapolis today, or tonight, as I should say. I know a lot of people are just kind of sick of the Chiefs being so dominant. I still like them because, it's Patrick Mahomes. He had the incredible playmaking ability. I mean, he trucked somebody last week to try and get a first down. So you can appreciate his competitiveness. So the Vikings are facing the Falcons. Another game with a former team member facing off against his old team. I doubt Kirk Cousins will get to play. It would be intriguing if he did, though. But Michael Penix has firmly established himself as a starter for the Falcons. Played very well last week, as Tirico is noting on the broadcast. They just had a bit of bad luck when it came to the field goal kicking. Although Chase McLaughlin left points off the board as well for the Buccaneers back then. So, it'll be interesting to see if the Vikings can ride the momentum from that astounding fourth quarter last week. And it's back to commercials. And feel free to chat me up about anything that's on your mind. And I'll try to answer as best I can. And Parker Posey apparently is sold out to do a Ford commercial. Oh, no, wait, that's Hyundai. She couldn't have sold out that much. So, a lot happened in sports today. I started off my morning by watching the final of the Premier Lacrosse League. They used to have, I don't know if they still have the National Lacrosse League, which is something I discovered when I lived back east at the turn of the millennium. It was just about half a dozen teams all in the northeast part of North America. Because lacrosse is pretty big in Canada, too. At one point when I moved back to Arizona, they got a professional lacrosse franchise. And they actually went to the finals of that league. But it didn't last. They either folded or had to move to their to a new place. And sorry to hear that, Nash, about your fantasy quarterback. I no longer play. I won a league championship once for free on Yahoo and decided it's not going to get any better than this. Before the internet was allowed to go public, I actually did a fantasy league where I had to call in my changes to the roster over the phone, which cost a bit of money, and I do not have any of that to spare, which is why I'm waiting for the Cardinals to show up on Antenna TV before I... Oh, that was your opponent's QB. I need to start looking closer. Ugh. Well, I bet he's sorry about that. Who was his QB, just out of curiosity? And who's yours? You can answer me that, if you would, please. We're back from commercial. And that U.S. Bank Stadium with J.J. McCarthy wearing number 9, it might as well be the 9th wonder of the world. So, playing the pregame interview with him. Got Drake May, and your opponent was Fields. Yeah, the Jets did not have a good game overall, so it doesn't surprise me that he struggled. And that Patriots-Dolphins game was one of the closer ones. So at least the Patriots are thankful to be in the win column. And obviously the Dolphins played a lot better at home. I have yet to see the extended highlights of any game, so that'll be something I do at the end here. Okay. So your opponent did have Jamar Chase. Yeah, Cincinnati scored a lot of points despite Burrow having to leave before the game was over with that unfortunate foot injury. I understand it was initially just supposed to be the toe and turf toe, which is something you can sometimes play with, but I got told later that there's ligament damage involved. So Jared Allen's going to blow a horn. But not before doing the skull clap. And apparently they're helping to sync things up with whistles. And some drum action. That horn is quite the basso profundo of a sound. So we have Atlanta winning the toss and a rare choice to actually receive the kickoff. And there it goes from Will Reichard. And it's actually going to be a touchback. And they announce the Falcons offense. And another situation where everyone announces their college for a change. And the last guy, Massachusetts Amherst. Didn't know that was a thing. Must be either Division 2 or Division 3. Okay, so they start out at the 35. Penix is in the gun. Drake London's in motion. It's handed off to Bijan Robinson, who breaks free, and he might go. Oh, no, he's caught from behind by number 26 of the Vikings, Jackson. And he got well into Vikings territory. It looks like he was finally brought down at the 37. Robinson managed to squeak through an opening. Okay. But now we're back at the action. It's actually at the 40. Penix is again in the gun. Hands it off again to Robinson. A bigger hole this time, and he's already going more. And he gets to the 23. And my voice is already getting squeaky. And I actually remember to have a drink this time. So the official look at the ball is a 28.5, actually. Another handoff to Robinson. And again, he gets through, but he gets less yards this time. Gets to either the 17 or the 18. Well, that was quite the stats he put up against Tampa Bay. So 2nd and 5. Ball's at the just past the 18. Again, he's in the gun. Again, he hands it off to Robinson, who slips right as he passes the line of scrimmage, and he only gets about 1. So it'll be 3rd down. Raheem Morris is the coach of the Falcons. He's looking on. Robinson managed to avoid a linebacker tackling him behind the line of scrimmage, but when he did a cutback, that's when he slipped. It's officially 3rd and 4. Penix still in the gun. And now we have a timeout by the Falcons. Play clock was headed towards 0. Awfully early to be taking the timeout. And they announced the Vikings defense. Brian Flores is their defensive coordinator. He of the litigious action against the Dolphins from when he was a head coach there. I don't know how that's gone, or whether it's settled or what have you. And now the Vikings are threatening blitz as Penix is in the gun. And now he's doing an audible. And he puts Robinson up by the O-line. Pitts is in motion. Penix is now back to pass for the first time. But wait a minute. We got a flag on the play, and it looks like it was called dead. False start on the offense. Robinson was the guilty party, as it turns out. Gotta turn up the volume for some reason. When I put the headphones on, the volume was a lot lower. Okay, so it's now 3rd and 9. Penix, low snap, but he gets it. Back to pass. He gets it off to Pitts, but he can't get the first down. He's 1.5 yards short. He did catch the ball very well. 12 minutes left in the quarter. Oh, they're going to go for it. And this is where you analytics would say field goal percentage is better than a 4th down percentage. And the play clock's down to 0. And they had to delay a game. So now they have no choice but to take the field goal. Oh, yes, Younghoe Koo. Let's see if he's recovered. And Penix had a very hard time hearing what was going on from the call. Either that, it seems like he was also complaining that the call from the offensive coordinator came in late. Oh, they got a new kicker, Parker Romo. The kick is up. Oh, he made it. And apparently he played for the Vikings for a while last year. I vaguely remember the name. But that ball barely got in. Gotta check something on my desktop. My brand new high-powered gaming desktop. Just had to make sure. Everything was muted on that screen in case something happened. And we continue to wait. Yes, the microphone is working. Just move it a little closer. So does anybody know if Young Wei Koo was actually cut? Find it interesting how certain people, they'll have endless patience with whenever mistakes are made, but others, oh, they made him inactive. And they have the punter kicking off. And the Vikings return it, number 4. I don't know who the returner was. We introduced the Vikings offense. Okay, McCarthy back to pass, and he gets it to number 1, Naylor. Only for 2 yards, though. One thing I'm thankful for today, I ate my lunch before the game, so I'm not terribly hungry, although my stomach's starting to say otherwise. We got a handoff or toss play to Aaron Jones, who gets nothing. So it's an early 3rd down for the Vikes. And the Falcons actually have a guy named Diablo on their defense, number 0. He's the one who made the initial contact. And then got some help from his friends. We're under 10 minutes in the quarter. McCarthy's in the gun. Jones is to his right. Naylor's in motion. McCarthy back to pass. And he's going to scramble. Oh, he's very close to getting the first. He got hit well before the marker, but he stretched out. Officially, it's 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it. More Tom Cruise stuff going on. And they just tried the quarterback sneak, and that went nowhere. He actually lost yardage. Morris is pumped up. Oh, the snap bobbled. He had no chance to move forward because he was down so low to the ground trying to keep the ball. So Atlanta has it on the Vikings 36. Penix hands it off to Robinson, who tries to get around the corner, is tackled by number 7, Byron Murphy Jr., ex-Cardinal. 7 tackling 7, a double 7, as opposed to a 007 combination. We're not even halfway through the quarter, and Robinson already has over 50 yards on the ground. Penix fakes the handoff to him, and Robinson this time gets the receiving attempt, although the ball nearly hit the ground before he could catch it. He got the first down. Let's check the replay to see if he truly did catch it. Penix nearly got sacked, and now they're going to say incomplete. The ball hit the turf and brought up the black asphalt pellets. So no first down. Crowd's very happy. So we'll see if this 4th and 1 attempt by the Vikings will come back to haunt them. So they had to double check the down and distance. So it's 3rd and 3 for the Falcons. As they break the huddle, Penix is in the gun. Robinson is to his left. And now they got to wait for the referees to do something. And now the play clock runs again. Vikings are threatening blitz again. Penix is back to pass. He gets it off quickly. And it's caught by Pitts. This time it is for a first down. Officially Pitts Sr. Jackson on the tackle. Number 26 for the Vikings. So 1st and 10 at the 15. Drake London's the man in motion. Penix is back to pass. Gets it to Robinson again, who only gets about 4 on the reception before he's forced out of bounds. Oh, yeah. Well, believe it. They beat the Ravens. And the Ravens beat the Browns rather convincingly, so they got over that hangover relatively quick. Once again, the play clock's winding down as London's in motion again. Penix back to pass. Dropped by Robinson. So it'll be 3rd and 5. And we're under 7 minutes in the quarter. Trips to the left. One receiver on the right. Penix back to pass again. And he's running. Throws it. Did he get it? No. Darnell Mooney was his target, but he couldn't hold on to it in the end zone. So it'll be another 4th down and another field goal attempt. And they're reviewing the field goal kick from earlier, and it did just barely get in. So we'll have a closer field goal this time for Romo. Kick is up, and it is good. Not enough of a need to worry about that one. So the Vikes are somewhat fortunate. They only are down 3 more because of the 4th down fiasco. So now we wait. As we're brought into commercial land against our will. Whew. Gotta stop slouching. It's made me look fat and old. Let's see. So if anyone wants to talk to me during these commercial breaks, go right ahead. It'll be interesting to see what happens when the Vikes get the ball back. See if they can pick up some momentum. As they show the Minnesota State House all lit up in its glory. So the punter is number 13. I can't quite see the name, but 13 gets it off. And Price, number 4, the Vikings returning it out, but he's stopped at the 23. But hold on, we've got laundry. Holding against the receiving team. 59 is the guilty party, Murphy. So they've introduced the Falcons defense. McCarthy's under center. The ball's at the 14 because of the penalty. It's a handoff to Jones, who managed to break outside, jumps over the 20, and gets taken down at the 21. And now, looked like he was limping, but he's gone back to the huddle. McCarthy again under center. Hands it to Jones again. And got brought down behind the line of scrimmage, but he stretches out to get a yard. Ebikide, number 17, the one with the tackle for the Falcons. Jones is going out, and Jordan Mason is taking his place. It's 3rd and 2. McCarthy's now on the gun, and the Falcons are showing blitz. Bring only 5, but it's enough. He's sacked. Pierce Jr., number 27, appears to be the first person to get to him. So, Vikings not off to a good start. Number 54 of the Falcons came in at the end to clean things up. And this time they're going to be smart and punt it. Wright, number 17, gets it off. And it's quite long, and it winds up being fair caught by number 20 of the Falcons, Alford. Ooh, they got Semisonic Chemistry as the outro music. That is cool. Let's see. Oh, Scatterboo had his first career TD. Too bad I couldn't see it. Go Devils! Speaking of my Sun Devils, they beat Texas State to go 2-1 after their loss in Mississippi to the Bulldogs. So far so good for Arizona sports teams, at least the football version. Let's see. I got my battery saver on because I haven't plugged in the laptop. I decided to plug it back into where it was before, over there. But it's difficult to get it to an outlet. And it's difficult to get it again behind my desks. Because I have it set up at a spot where I should have a triple extender over it. But since my older laptop will no longer go live, and my desktop has yet to get a webcam, I'm forced to keep moving it on over. It's annoying as hell. But oh well, what are you going to do? So Falcons get another chance to put some more points on the board. The ball's at the 28. Penix is in the gun. and got a different running back in the backfield. Fake the handoff to Algiers. Then they decide to throw to Algiers. But we got a flag now. Ball was caught. But let's see about the headband by Jade. And he's got to figure things out. Illegal contact on the defense. Murphy Jr.'s the guilty party. So the ex-Cardinal gets charged with this. It was a 5-yard penalty, so the ball's at the 33. Penix is in the gun. Hands it off to Algiers. And the O-line helps him get 5 yards. And we're under 4 minutes in the quarter. I'm sorry, it's Algier, not Algiers. Ooh, quite a few Vikings out on the defensive end. And we're only 2 games into the season. Penix hands it off to Algier again, and he gets the first down after getting 6 yards. Ball's at the 44. Penix in the gun, fakes the handoff, is back to pass, guns it, gets it to Pitts, who gets a first down and gets about 12 and a half yards. Rodgers, number 2 of the Vikings, had the tackle. Robinson's now back in the backfield. Penix is in the gun. Tight end's in motion. And again, we have one of Jade's headbands. It's a false start on Pitts. He just had the catch, and now he makes an error. Although I don't see where it was, because he was the man in motion. Oh, no, wait, it was the tight end who was the man in motion. So 1st and 15, the ball's now back at the 49. And they fake the handoff. Penix is back to pass. And he gets it to London. Oh, who drops the ball? The Vikings recover it. It's Jackson who got it. Takes it up to the 32. Oh. Wilson, number 55, did a heck of a job punching it out. Avoiding the stiff arm by London. So, some luck for the Vikings. But sometimes you got to make your own luck. That's actually what they did. And welcome back to everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Once again, feel free to chat me up. It is commercials after all. I don't know what the heck this Vegas commercial's all about, but it's a nice looking lady there. Yes, indeed. Low scoring so far, Nash. But that doesn't mean it can't get high scoring. The Giants and Cowboys proved that. 41 points between the two of them in the fourth quarter. That accounted for more than half the points in regulation. So they had the most takeaways last year of any team. One of the reasons why they won 14 games. Yeah, London didn't do well with that stiff arm. He didn't really have a stiff arm there. Okay, McCarthy under center. He fakes the handoff to Mason and gets the pass off to Justin Jefferson, his first catch of the night. Although he looked like he had the first down, turns out he didn't. Gain of only 9 yards. Just a little over a minute left in the first quarter. Jefferson was second in catch yardage last year, only behind Jamar Chase. Ball's at the 41. McCarthy hands it off to Mason. Oh, he had to kind of stretch for it, and as a result of the delay, Mason ends up losing a yard. So 3rd and 2. Can't afford to have another 3 and out. You want to take advantage of the turnover. McCarthy hands it off to Mason again, and this time he gets it. And just as the quarter ends, so they'll be at the 42 when the second quarter begins. I think I'm going to get myself some dessert, because I have finished my lemonade and need some more sustenance.
Someone once said, whether you think you can or think Gemini, show me the concealer. You use AI a lot.
The long, thin tube in the middle.
Yes, boyfriend of the year. We say a lot. We meant a lot. Gemini, is my houseplant leaning away because it hates me?
Nothing personal. It's leaning away from no sunlight.
Come here. Gemini, any pointers on my downward dog? We get it. It's a Google Pixel 10 Pro from Verizon. Appreciate you.
Week 2 concludes with 2 games tomorrow night. Then Week 3 kicks off with Thursday Night Football. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
What up, dog?
And a Motown lip sync. Plus the Pistons Kate Cunningham, the Lions Aiden Hutchinson, and Common perform Pickleball. The Tonight Show is a joint all new tomorrow.
Back in U.S. Bank Stadium with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. And Kevin, how do you get your young quarterback offense going?
Yeah, we just got to keep on having a little bit better execution. We're coming off the ball right now on defense. We got to get a hat on a hat in the run game, and then the plays will come from there. JJ's running the show. We got to stack some plays and go score a touchdown right here.
Just got the turnover on defense. What more do you want to see from those guys?
Yeah, I think they're going to be a team that forces turnovers, great punch out. Got to solidify some things there as well. They're moving pretty well early in the game. Everybody's just got to settle down, capitalize on this great atmosphere, and just go play one play at a time.
40-year-old Kevin O'Connell won the Coach of the Year. Playoffs 2 of his first 3 seasons, leading the Vikings. Minnesota's first down.
Okay, McCarthy's back to pass. He gets it off to Mason again to start the second quarter as I struggled to get the power cord for my laptop out of the wall and from behind the desks. You noticed I was struggling, Nash, without even seeing me. Okay, ball's on the 45. It's 2nd and 8. Fake handoff again. McCarthy's rolling out. Looked like he was going to pass, but instead he runs to the sideline, pushes over one of his own players in the process. So it's 3rd down. $14 minutes to go. It's 3rd and 6. Ball's at the 47. McCarthy's in the gun now. Now he's back to pass. Gets it off. And Naylor managed to make a leaping grab. And he really leapt a lot to get it. And subsequently, they have a 1st down. There was a 5-man blitz going on, but the pass protection was really good. And I'm being reminded that Jordan Addison, one of their leading receivers from last year, is suspended. So we have a handoff to Mason, and he gets more this time, about 6. Ball's at the 35 now. Whoops, we got a double false start. Officially, it's credited to number 76, Freeze, who looks really sweaty and red-faced. Each team now has 3 penalties. It makes it 2nd and 9. Handoff to Mason. Again, a significant gain, and again, he gets help from the lineman. Under 12 to go in the half. Oh, instead of being pushed, he was pulled by number 74 Jackson, which I don't think you can do legally, but they got away with it. And Mason helped his cause by staying on his feet and trying to drive his legs forward. 3rd and 1. And it's a handoff. And it's Mason falling forward to get a first down. And yeah, trying to get the power cord from my laptop while standing up was not a good idea. Too much is tangled. So I'll have to kneel down and get it at the next commercial break. You heard the noise. The noise of frustration. In the meantime, McCarthy fakes the handoff to 2 people, or the toss. Did not fool the Falcons defense, who blitzed 5, and Leonard Floyd got the sack. He's become something of a journeyman defensive lineman. He was with the Rams. I think he was with either the Skins or the Niners after that. So 2nd and 18. First the penalty, then the sack. McCarthy back to pass. And he gets, nope. Hawkinson had it, but then it fell out. Diablo was on the defense of that. And exactly 10 minutes left in the half. And Hawkinson didn't really have full control of the ball, so caught it at the back end, and it's hard to get control when you've got a defensive guy on you. McCarthy back to pass again. He goes long, and let's see what we have here. Thielen had it. It went out, but the referees are saying he had it long enough when he hit the ground, and it's going to be a first down for the Vikings. .33 Irwin appeared to strip it out after the fact. So, no challenge by the Falcons. McCarthy gets it off again, and it's caught by Naylor, barely staying in bounds when he catches it, and it's now 1st and goal. So Vikings are doing a nice comeback here. And yep, he got both feet in bounds. Oh, and no wonder they had an easy time of it. The Falcons only had 10 men on defense. And it's officially down at the 2. And, a fake toss, and, McCarthy got it back, tried to get Jefferson in the end zone, but it was too fast. So he was trying to fake the toss, lost the ball, went down to the ground to get it back. Got back up. Wasn't under pressure, so he was able to get the pass off. Oh, he was under pressure. You're hilarious, kid. And in the meantime, we've got a flag down, and it's delay a game. Refs have been rather permissive in letting offenses go despite the play clock going down to 0, but not that time. Oh my goodness. So we got 2nd and goal. It's down at the 7. And McCarthy back to pass, and he is flooded by a 5-man blitz again. Number 11, Walker, gets it. And that's the 3rd time McCarthy's been brought down. So the ball looks like it'll be placed at the 14. Walker's from Georgia, was the Butkus Award winner of the year in college his final year. McCarthy back to pass. Again, he's sacked. He tried to get out of it, but he was brought down beforehand. This time, it was a group sack party. And we're halfway through the 2nd quarter. Will Reichert's going to attempt a field goal. He set a record last week against the Bears at 59 yards. This is only going to be 33. Kick is up, and it is good. And if you'll excuse me, I got to go back to doing some power cord wrestling. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Thank you for keeping the chair company, Nash. So let's see. So battery rate was at 43%, but it's now plugged in, so don't have to, excuse me, worry about that anymore tonight. Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes, and they're showing one of them, Minnetonka. You ever been to any of the lakes in Minnesota, Nash? So it's 6-3 Falcons as Reichert prepares to kick off. 7:06 left in the half. And the kick is away. Oh, it's mishandled by the Falcons receiver. Number 20, Alford, was the one who returned it, but he was able to get his hands on the ball again, return it about up to the 21. You're in Minneapolis once. And thank you for recognizing my singing abilities. I gotta do some in-game adjustments here. Excuse me. It's at the 23. Penix is in the gun. Hands it off to Robinson, who gets a significant amount of yardage. Gets to about the 30. As they show Kirk Cousins. Again, the hand off to Robinson, who's tackled by number 93 of the Vikings. And the Falcons wound up short by about a yard, I'd say. I said that, Nash. I've never been to Minnesota myself, so you're one up on me for that. But seeing what I saw makes me want to go there. And we got a handoff to Algier, who easily gets the first down. And he was in the fullback position. A rare sight these days in the NFL. They were actually in the I formation. Oh, yeah. He had the go-ahead touchdown before Wilson threw his moonball to Neighbors. So, Pickens, no doubt, is a happy man tonight. Penix fakes the handoff to Robinson, goes back to pass, and he's in trouble, and he is sacked. Number 15, Dallas Turner, gets the first sack for the Vikings. As Penix wipes his visor. There was quite a lot of pressure on him from three different Vikings, and Turner was the lucky guy. Turner bows to the crowd. That was a 10-yard loss. Penix back to pass again, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Ray McLeod, but he couldn't hang on to it. Too much zip on the ball. Yeah, DK's on Pittsburgh, and I saw Lockett earlier. He's with the Titans. Yeah. It's a wonder if you can remember who any football player is on the team. There's just so much movement with free agency now. Penix back to pass at 3rd and 20. Robinson manages to break a tackle but cannot avoid the others and is forced out of bounds before he can get the first down. 4 minutes left in the half. They'll have to punt for the first time. And we have number 13 who is doing the kickoffs. I still can't see the dude's name. Come on. Pignon is the guy's name. And he kicks it off very well. And, ooh, nice tackle by number 28. Mike Ford Jr. got the tackle right as the return guy received the ball from the punt. And the Vikings will be behind the 20 to start the drive. So, yeah, Cup is on the Seahawks. And Devontae Adams is with the Rams. And he was getting work today. So, we await the return to action. We got a Trey McBride jersey sighting for the NFL shop. So it's nice to know the NFL is recognizing our best players. This guy was one of the all-time greats. Gone too soon. So let's see what happens here. 3:23 left officially. The ball is at the 13. So it's a long ways to go for the Vikings. And it's a handoff to Jones, who gets a good amount of yardage up to the 20. The Vikings have all their timeouts, and there's the matter of the 2-minute warning if they are able to sustain this drive. And apparently one of the Vikings O-linemen had a concussion, so they've got a reserve guy at center now. Naylor is in motion. McCarthy's back to pass, able to get it to Thielen. And it's a first down. He's done well to get passes completed. He just needs more help from his O-line to keep from being under pressure. Looks like they'll be able to get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. Ball's at the 25.5. McCarthy's back to pass. And, oh! It's intercepted! Billy Bowman Jr., number 33. Naylor was trying to get it, was kind of forced to go to the ground a little early. And Bowman managed to use Naylor's body to stay in bounds and be able to get a handle on the ball because he didn't have it in his hands very well. And the ball was actually between his hands and Naylor's arm. And he managed to stay in bounds before going out of bounds. So, Falcons have it at the Vikings 38. Penix is in the gun. Hands it off to Robinson, who gets maybe 3.5 yards. Now we'll have the 2-minute warning. And I'm going to get my dessert. Ugh. And that eye black on McCarthy's really running down his cheeks. I wonder if they have AC running in that stadium. It was 87 degrees for a high there. Okay. So hopefully at halftime I'll be able to see some Cardinals highlights. But a lot happened, so there's no guarantee. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Lash. Ugh. And we've got action back, but there's a flag on the play. One of the Vikings players appeared to leave too early on the defensive line. And now we've got one of their guys hurting. Oh, 2 fouls. Offside on the defense, but holding on the offense. So penalties offset. We'll replay second down. So the guy who ran offside, Grenard, was the one who got hurt. And he got held by the Falcons guy. I got some pumpkin spice bread for a snack with a lot of icing on it. I need a napkin. Gotta get up again. And look a little better. Not as much shade on my left side. Okay. Got some chocolate bundt cake too. It's actual chocolate cake, chocolate icing, and chocolate chips. I'm sure I'll pay for it later tonight with acid reflux. But oh well, what the hell. In the meantime, it's 2nd and 7. Grenard looks better. He's standing on his own 2 feet at least. Oh, it's going to taste good. I guarantee you that. Penix hands it off to Robinson again, and he almost gets the first down after a significant gain of about 6. So the Falcons can take their time. They have 2 timeouts left, but being in Vikings territory, not much farther to go. And with the crowd noise being the way it is, they're going to want to make sure they get the play right. Penix is under center for the first time in a while. Tight ends in motion. Algier gets the first down and much more. Get past the 20. Clock continues to run. Under a minute now. Nice hole he ran through. If he'd have moved over to the right, he could have probably gotten some more yardage. At any rate, they're on the Vikings 19. Penix is back to pass. Gets the pass off to Algier, who was forced out of bounds by pace number 0. So that stops the clock. 36 seconds left. Pleasure overload. Penix is back to pass. We got a 5-man blitz by the Vikings. And the pass is too low and too far to the left for Mooney to catch. So it's 3rd down. Have you had dinner yet? It's got to be what? 8:30 already? Larry Penix is back to pass. Again, too low for McCloud. And Penix was under pressure. So the defense is doing its job on both ends. McCloud looked open, but the pass again was too low and too far to the right this time. Got a 33-yard attempt by Romo. The kick is up, and it's good. And it was another close one. So 25 seconds left. Oh, you haven't had dinner yet? Really? Well, you'll be able to get something at halftime. Ugh. Whoops, dropped a little. That is an interesting roof they have. It's actually translucent, so you can see somewhat down the field. I don't know if I remember ever seeing snow on that stadium yet. Pinion's done the kickoff. Number 4 of the Vikings is doing the return, trying to get out of the way, but he can only get to the 20. So let's see if McCarthy decides to do anything. Oh, snap almost went over McCarthy's head, and he gets sacked again. Number 54 of the Falcons, Dorless. That's the 5th of the night. That should be enough to run the clock down, but there's a Falcon apparently hurt. So they have to stop the clock. It would not surprise me. He's running out of people to raid that are new. So Terrell was the one that got hurt, number 24. Definitely a hamstring issue, it looked like. Another non-contact injury. So it's 2nd and 13. As we wait for the ref to get out of the way of the center. McCarthy's back to pass. And he guns it. Oh, he's got Jefferson in the middle. Oh, my goodness. Wow, he was wide open. I'm shocked. And he got down all the way to the 30 of the Falcons so they can set up for a field goal. Wow. Gave him a juke move and was wide open at midfield. Good thing I got the cup out of my mouth at the best time. So 2 seconds left. They were able to call a timeout. It's going to be a 51-yard attempt now. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's through. More weird, wild stuff going on. Boy, the Vikings have to feel real good after that. Your quarterback's sacked for a 5th time, but you give him enough time, and then suddenly he gets a huge reception. Excuse me while I lick my platter clean. Okay. So I'm going to hold off on doing my pumpkin spice slice. And the NBC and the NBA, they introduced all the analysts. Now I know all of them, and it's a matter of just remembering their names. Reggie Miller, Vince Carter, Jamal Crawford, Carmelo Anthony. I've already forgotten the other 2. Well, Crawford was one of the names I couldn't remember. From before. So let's see here. Once again, we're waiting for the highlights to be shown. And then the Monday night games are going to be Tampa Bay at Houston, which I'll be able to see on regular TV. And the one I won't be able to see is former San Diego Chargers and the former Oakland and LA Raiders. I'm wondering if I should look at the stacks for any particular people. I'll go for the Bengals since Burrow was out by halftime. No, I don't want that. Well, Jaguars stats would be nice, but Browning had a so-so game, but he got 2 touchdowns and the Bengals got the win. And the Bengals lead the AFC North. Hey, Grossi! Welcome back, everyone. I got a new channel, and I'm this close